This is Astronite, and it's put out by a company called Funstock. That name may sound familiar to you, and it probably should. They're a sister company of Blaze, the makers of the Evercade, and they were gracious enough to send over a copy for me to take a look at. This copy is specifically for the Nintendo Switch, the physical version, US system, but they also have a digital form on several platforms like Steam, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X. Astronite's advertised to be a 1-bit Metroidvania style game combining action, exploration, puzzles, and platforms. I'm not sure about the 1-bit. Is that even possible? But it does have a monochrome style play that I think actually works quite well for this type of game. It starts off with a nice video of your space shuttle crashing, and then you get the pleasure of getting an in-game walkthrough of all your weapons and abilities, and then bam, a few seconds later, they're all taken away from you. Don't worry though, once you get through the first boss and unlock a pathway to the shop, they're willing to resell you everything at a cost. The in-game currency can only be attained by killing your enemies. You can't get it any other way. So if you die, you must revisit that same spot to re-pick up the bag of funds. If you die again before getting there and retrieving your previous bag, you lose all those funds and you have to restart over from zero. The gameplay and the game itself remind me a lot of the original Prince of Persia for MS-DOS, and also Cave Story, which was one of the very first indie games to be launched on the Nintendo Switch. I spent lots of time on both of those games, and I could easily find myself doing the same with this one. There are options for 3 separate save states, and there are quite a bit of different in-game save machines and teleporters. The teleporters allow you to jump between different areas quickly. The save machines are a must. In addition to saving, the save machines also revive your health meter, which you have 3 bars of. The game itself isn't super long, but in my opinion, it is quite challenging, and anytime you see a save machine, use it. You'll thank me. The beginning parts of the game are the most challenging because you have no weapons, and any attempts to outduel any of your enemies just results in damage and certain death. You can't run into them, you can't stomp them. There's essentially no way to kill them early on in the game without the gun, and so you kind of just have to sneak past them, and many of them, especially the spiders, will charge at you. Overall, I found the game to be super fun, yet simple in its approach. I like that in the opening scene, the controller vibrated intensely as the spaceship was crashing down. But the vibrations seem to be overused in the game, especially when you're playing on low health, and it would just vibrate and vibrate and vibrate and vibrate. Fortunately, you can turn that off in the menu, and I recommend starting the game with it on, play through it. It is kind of fun with the vibrations on, and then once you get sick of it, you can just go in the menu and turn it off. Astronite's available now for purchase from any of the places you get your games, such as Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, or even directly from Funstock at funstock.co.uk. All the links are in the description below. For the price point, I'd recommend the digital copy over the physical copy. For the experience had, I'd like to see this game, around the $19.99 price mark. Definitely sub $25. It's currently sitting at $35 for the Switch, which I think is a little overpriced for the experience. And right now it's sitting at $30 for the PS4, PS5 version. Now those are all the physical versions. For the digital version, it's actually only $13.50 on pretty much all platforms from what I saw. So that would be Steam, the Nintendo Switch store, the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store. So for $13.50, probably a pretty good buy there. I'd recommend the digital version for sure. It's a pretty big price gap between both versions. So definitely go with the digital if you're not all in on physical for that price point. If you can get it sub $25, definitely recommend picking up physical, obviously. There's no special add-ins or anything with the physical. The only thing that really comes in the case is just a kind of a warranty card, and that's pretty much it. Warranty card, the cart, and then the artwork is double-sided on the case, which is nice. but nothing, no add-ins. You don't get any special redemption codes. There's not even any way to redeem any redemption codes. So you really can't start off with weapons or anything. You really have to play through the game like you used to do, right? In the late 80s, early 90s, before we had any type of cheat codes or really, in-game enhancements for the most part. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you picked up this game yet or if you plan on doing so.